Alright guys, so in this video, I just want to say thank you so much for getting me to 40,000 subscribers. You know, that's an incredibly huge number, for me at least, and as a little bit of a thank you, I want to show you an original card trick that I made up, so hopefully you guys like it, and here it goes. So, what I'm going to try and have you do is pick a few cards randomly through the deck, and at the end, you know, they should be a four of a kind. Okay, so from a shuffled pack, you should pick some few random cards, and it should be a four of a kind. So go ahead and tell me when to stop. We'll pick your first card. Say stop here, and then do it again. Say stop there. Okay, so now the first face down card that we come to it is going to be your first selection. So you stop me here, and completely random card, and it turns out to be the six of clubs. So let's go ahead and let's try and make a four of a kind with the six of clubs. It could be any card, but we'll set that off to the side there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just mix up the rest of the deck. And then what I'm going to have you do is pick one card random from the middle. Okay, so this can be any card. And let's go through. Let's just say this one. Okay, so any card. Let's just hope this is a 6. It turns out to be a 10. So what we're going to try to do is, well, you see I've already messed it up because now we can't even have a four of a kind, and you could have picked any card in the deck, but you picked the 10 of spades, right? But it turns out this 10 actually has some power to it. You can see if I just flick it like that, it turns into the 1, 2, 3 aces, and this 6 at the beginning actually turned into the final ace of spades, and you picked a four of a kind. Alright guys, so this is the trick. If you want to learn how to do it, don't forget to stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, so here's how the trick is going to work. So to start off, you want to take the 4 aces, take these out of the deck. Okay, I'll go ahead and pause the video, take the 4 aces out of the deck, and then you also want to take out a random indifferent card. So let's just say you can take out the 10 of diamonds. So you take the 4 aces, the random card, and what you want to do is you want to take the rest of the 10s. Let's say you pick the 10s, you take the other 3 10s, and you just set those out of the deck, and you'll see why in a second. So once you've done that, you want to take every ace except for the ace of spades, and you want to stick this on top of the deck, and then you're going to take your random card and then stick that on top of those, and the ace of spades is going to go on top. So the setup is going to be the ace of spades on top, the random card, and then the other 3 aces. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the spectator and you're going to say that you're going to have them pick you know, a few random cards, and hopefully at the end they've picked a four of a kind. So you start off by riffle shuffling the deck, but you're going to keep the top stock obviously. So you're going to riffle the cards, and in your right hand should be that top stock, okay, the aces, and you want to leave that there. So you riffle it, you're going to leave a big chunk of cards, riffle those down, and the spectator is not going to know the difference. So it looks like the deck has now gotten mixed up. So you're going to say, okay, you're going to tell the spectator that they're going to pick the first card and just have them tell you when to stop, okay? So what you're going to do is, or when you're doing this riffle, you're basically just forcing the top stock, so or the top card. So you'll see what I mean in a second. So the spectator will tell you, you know, have them tell you when to stop. You riffle down, they say stop. You flip over this packet of cards, and then you have them tell you when to stop again, but you want to be riffling in the face down part of the deck, not the face up. If you riffle from the face up section, it's not going to work. So you go to the face down section, and then you have them tell you when to stop. So let's say they stop here. You flip the deck again, and now you're going to tell the spectators that the first face down card that you come to is going to be there. So you riffle down, or you just spread through, and you say, okay, so here's your selection, and you tell the spectators that it was completely random, and now you take the face-up cards, you just put those to the bottom of the deck, and now at this point, you're going to be forcing the card in the second position, which is that 10 of diamonds. Okay, so all you have to do is do a double lift, which is really simple. I have a tutorial, go ahead and check that out if you need to, but you know, it's really simple. You flip over 2 cards, and you say, look, okay, so you tell the spectators, you stopped me at the 10 of diamonds, you could have stopped me, you know, anywhere in the deck, but it happens to be the 10 of diamonds. So let's go ahead and try to use these to find the four of a kind. But now you really want to emphasize to the spectator that they could have picked any card, because remember at the end you have to change these 10s into the aces. So you really want to emphasize to the spectators that it could have been any card, and that any card can be used. So you take this 10, you do your double lift, you flip it over, but when you place, you can tell spectators, all right, let's place this 10 down. You've already made the switch because you're doing the double lift. Okay, so now you take this ace, you leave this here, the 10 is on top, and all you have to do is undercut it to the bottom. So it's really simple. You're going to tell the spectators that you are going to mix up the deck. Okay, so while you're telling that to the spectators, you push over the top card with your thumb, and then you're going to pull it back, catch your pinky break, and you say, okay, let's go ahead and mix this up. And then you take the top card, put it to a thumb break, and you're going to have the deck kind of like in a biddle grip. And then you're going to take your pinky, you're going to take half the cards, cut it to the top of the deck, holding on to that break. And then again, you're going to take the cards from the break, put it to the top. Now you've taken that 10 of diamonds and you put it to the bottom. And now on top, you have the 3 aces. Okay, so at this point, you're going to tell spectators, all right, so go ahead and pick the next card. Now you have them randomly pick any card. So you say, okay, go ahead and pick any card in the deck. Now this is why you take out the other 10s from the deck, because you don't want them to randomly, select those by chance somehow, because if they pick another 10, it will ruin the trick. So they go through and they pick any random card, and it's not going to be a 10. Okay, so you take this card out and you anxiously say, all right, so let's hope this is, another 10. And you flip it over and it's not. Now you want to look like you kind of messed up here, and then you tell the spectators that you could have picked any card in the deck, but it looks like you've picked the king of spades, which isn't a 10, and you want to kind of look sad, you want to look like you messed up. And now as you tell the spectators that they could have picked any card in the deck, you're kind of pushing over casually a few cards as you say that, and those 3 cards are going to be the aces. And when you push them over, you're going to get a break. So you say, okay, you could have picked any card in the deck, but you picked the king of spades. You just get a pinky break underneath those top cards. You have a pinky break underneath the aces. So at this point, you're going to do the shape shift or color change, and I've already taught that in my previous video, so you can click on the link here to watch it. It's going to take forever if I explain it in this video. So now at this point, you're going to say, well, you didn't pick a 10, but you picked the king of spades, which has some power to it, and this kind of works with any card. You can tell spectators that this card actually has some power to it, and you do the shapeshifter. You tell the spectators that when you flick the cards, you can see that you have 1, 2, 3 aces, and the spectators are going to be really amazed at this point. But at the ending, you're going to say, remember, I said this could have worked with any 4 of a kind. It looks like you did pick a 4 of a kind. And then you say, remember that card that you picked from the beginning? Well, it was actually